LeBron against Cleveland.
Yes. Maybe. Is this the final
time? If this is
his,
he's got the jersey patch, the 23.
23.
Everybody has this in the back of their head. This could be the last time. He could retire.
I think he's retiring.
I don't think he's retiring.
I think he's retiring.
I don't. I will
can't
just
come
say
back
it.
with a 24 patch.
That's true.
24
That's a Kobe number.
is very taken.
It's very
so
taken.
if you're going to do the patch thing,
you got to go 25.
23. Then. Yeah, you skip a year. It's like hotels
year,
where there's no.
With the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
Mark Walter picked up the phone and made a call that will echo through NBA history. The billionaire owner of the Los Angeles Lakers didn't consult LeBron James. He didn't warn him. He simply made a business decision. Bronny James was cut, waived, gone. And when LeBron found out, the look on his face wasn't anger. It was something worse. It was disbelief. The kind of disbelief that comes when you realize that loyalty in the NBA is a one-way street. This is the inside story of the moment the Kings dreamed.
Camp this year.
Just like every other NBA player in the summer, I'm just keep my head down, working on the same stuff that has gotten allowed me to grow during the summer, and coming in every day ready to learn and ready to take advantage of an opportunity if it's given to me. Just keep my head down and working.
Bronny, what's the energy been like in the gym?
Grow my confidence and be more comfortable while I'm out there playing. Because I feel good, but the numbers could be better, but I just got to get my confidence up.
It happened on a quiet Tuesday morning in late February 2026. Mark Walter, the billionaire CEO of Guggenheim Partners, who purchased the Lakers for a record $10 billion, convened a private meeting with general manager Rob Pelinka. The agenda was simple: finalize the roster for the playoff push. The numbers were undeniable. Bronny James had appeared in 27 games, averaging just 1.9 points and 1.1 assists in 6.7 minutes per contest. He was the lowest rotation player on the roster, and the Lakers needed that 15th spot for someone who could actually contribute. Kobe Bufkin, a 22-year-old guard signed to a two-way deal, had already doubled Bronny's production in half the opportunities. Head coach J.J. Redick had praised Bufkin's defensive tenacity, saying, "He's shown he can be engaged and guard." Walter looked at the spreadsheets. He looked at the playoff projections, and he made a cold, calculated decision. Bronny James would be waived to open up a roster spot for a wing player in the buyout market. What Walter didn't do was pick up the phone to warn LeBron. The decision was made in a boardroom, far from the court where the James family had dreamed of playing together. But the fallout was about to consume everything. Subscribe to see
What was your sense of it all?
My sense is that he's better than I would have been in that situation. 20,000 fans screaming my name to get in the game and wanting me to be in the game. And if the roles reversed, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. So just commend him on, his composure, the way he approaches, not only the game, but just approach, life in general. And to see him get his first NBA basket in this arena where he grew up not too far away from here, it's an unbelievable moment.
Lakers are expected to play Bronny James with LeBron on opening night.
He's not an NBA player, bro. I'm not hating, bro. Like, y'all niggas out there that be saying that.
Nigga, about to go crazy on whoever the fuck he talking about. Damn.
He's not an NBA player right now, bro. I'm not saying he won't get there. What other second round pick gets starting opening night minutes? Yeah. If somebody out there like, man, you wish you was Bronny. No, the fuck I don't.
LeBron James found out the way the rest of the world did, through a notification on his phone. A report from a sports news outlet broke the news. Lakers waive Bronny James to open roster spot. According to sources close to the James family, LeBron was in the middle of a film session when his phone buzzed. He glanced down, he stared at the screen, and then he sat in silence for what felt like an eternity. Even LeBron James himself didn't expect the Lakers management to treat his son Bronny so decisively, harshly, ruthlessly, one Chinese media outlet reported. Even James himself didn't expect the Lakers management to treat his son Bronny so decisively. This wasn't a trade. This wasn't a demotion to the G League. This was a cut, a waiver, a cold public dismissal that told the world Bronny James wasn't good enough to wear the purple and gold. For LeBron, who had spent his entire career building a legacy of loyalty, of family, of doing things the right way, this felt like a betrayal. He had given the Lakers 8 years. He had delivered a championship in 2020. He had restored the franchise's relevance when it was a laughingstock. And now, without so much as a phone call, his son was gone. The ESPN exposé from weeks earlier had already revealed the tension. Jeannie Buss had privately remarked that LeBron should have been more grateful for the Lakers drafting Bronny. She felt he wasn't. And now, under new ownership, that resentment had turned into action. He's virtually his own brand and conglomerate, which means he can practically print his own money, one analyst noted. But money couldn't fix this. Money couldn't undo the feeling of being blindsided by the franchise he had carried. The news spread like wildfire. Fans reacted with fury. Jason Williams spoke out, and the basketball world waited to see what LeBron would do next. Subscribe to witness.
That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cares very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, or shall I say, I think he thought he heard.
Listen up, you tanking bottom feeders. You want to lose on purpose for a draft pick, fine. But there's a new tax. It's called the Bronny Protocol. From now on, any team caught restructuring or resting starters will be legally forced to sign Bronny James to a 5-year fully guaranteed max contract. That's right, 5 years of 4 points per game on a max deal. You think you're getting Cooper Flagg? Wrong. You're getting a 6'2" guard who's only in the league.
The basketball world erupted. Social media exploded with reactions ranging from outrage to cold acceptance. This is a business decision, plain and simple, one fan wrote. Bronny hasn't earned his minutes. You can't keep a roster spot out of sentiment. But others saw it differently. LeBron gave everything to this franchise, and this is how they repay him? By cutting his son without even a conversation? Another posted. Former NBA star Jason White Chocolate Williams, who had already criticized the situation weeks earlier, spoke out again. I wish selfishly that Bronny James would have gone to Duke or North Carolina just to get away from LA and get away from his pops and go over there and be the man, Williams had said on his podcast. If he had stayed in college for 4 years, I think he'd have been a monster. His point was brutal but honest. Being LeBron's son in Los Angeles was a curse, not a blessing. The spotlight was too bright, the expectations were too high, and now Bronny was paying the price. Within the Lakers organization, the mood was tense. Players who had grown close to Bronny in practice whispered their frustrations. Coaches stayed silent, unwilling to comment on a front office decision. And LeBron? He said nothing publicly, but those close to him described a man consumed by a cold, quiet fury. This will not be forgotten, one source told reporters. LeBron remembers everything, and he will remember this. The silence from LeBron was deafening, but behind closed doors, conversations were happening that would determine the future of the Lakers franchise. The next chapter reveals the secret meetings that could change. In the days following Bronny's waiver, LeBron James did something he rarely does. He requested a private meeting with Mark Walter and Rob Pelinka. No cameras, no press, just 4 walls and the truth. According to sources with knowledge of the meeting, LeBron didn't yell, he didn't threaten, he simply asked one question: why? Walter, the spreadsheet emperor, laid out the numbers, the playoff push, the roster flexibility, the need for contributors, not projects. He spoke in the language of a businessman, not a basketball man. LeBron listened, and when Walter finished, he spoke. I understand business. I've been in this league for 23 years, but business without respect? That's not how you treat family. The room fell silent. Pelinka shifted in his seat. Walter said nothing. LeBron continued, You didn't call me. You didn't warn me. You made a decision about my son without a single conversation. That's not how this works. That's not how it's ever worked. The meeting ended without resolution. Walter stood by his decision, LeBron stood by his family, and the relationship between the King and the Lakers, already fractured, cracked a little more. NBA insider Shams Charania had predicted this moment weeks earlier. The reality is we're watching the end of a relationship between LeBron James and the Lakers, Charania said. The end is near, however you want to slice it. No one knew how right he was. The meeting ended, but the damage was done. LeBron's future in Los Angeles was now more uncertain than ever. The final chapter reveals where the King, LeBron James, now faces the hardest decision of his legendary career. His son is gone from the Lakers. His relationship with ownership is fractured. And at 41 years old, he holds all the leverage. He has a $52.6 million player option for next season. He has a no-trade clause, and he has options. Cleveland is waiting. The Cavaliers, with Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen, are legitimate contenders. A return home would be the storybook ending everyone wants. Golden State is lurking, with Bill Simmons pushing the narrative of a Steph Curry-LeBron super team that would break the internet. Retirement is always an option, a quiet end to the greatest career basketball has ever seen. But LeBron isn't done yet. Not like this. Not after this. I'm still locked in on what's going on right now, he had said weeks earlier. That's where my mind is. But now, with Bronny gone, his mind is elsewhere. On family, on loyalty, on the realization that in the NBA, even kings are just employees. Mark Walter made a business decision. He looked at the numbers, evaluated the roster, and decided that Bronny James wasn't worth the roster spot. By the cold calculus of professional sports, he was probably right. But basketball isn't just numbers. It's relationships. It's loyalty. It's the unwritten agreements that hold teams together when the spreadsheets say they should fall apart. LeBron James gave the Lakers 8 years. He gave them a championship. He gave them relevance when they had none. And in return, he asked for one thing: respect